Hello, my lovelies. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're well. It's particularly happy Tuesday because it's my husband's birthday. Berio is old, although years younger than me. But it's his birthday today. He's actually got the week off, and I'm working, so he's a bit bored in the house. To be honest, I think he's going to start some more decorating. My sewing room is being done. I'm so excited. I might do a little video and put on Gigglers actually so you can see the progress as it's happening. But yeah, he stripped it all out yesterday, and yeah, he's like, oh, I'm a bit bored because we're going to go out this evening with Sarah, Jane and Dave, and we're going to go out for a meal. But yeah, he's like, a bit bored, I might do some more decorating. I was like, really, it's your birthday? But then I'm not here to do anything with because I'm working. So how are you all? I hope you're all okay. Have we got sound and all today? I hope we have. Let me know in the comments, my darlings, if you're there. I've got no comments coming through. I'm presuming I have sound though. There we go. I know, new sewing room. So it's going to be the studio. We're going to put all of this like up permanently and everything, all the cameras and new microphones and everything, and the whole sewing room. And I'm letting him have just like a little bit of space at the end to work from because he works from home on a Monday and a Friday. So I'm going to let him have just a little bit of space on the end. So how are you all? Let's have a little look. Let's see who's there. So hi Kate, hi Anne, hi Taryn, hi Sheila, hi Angela, hi Cheryl, hi Janet, hi Grace. Hello my darlings, how are you all? We did a raffle for International Quilt Day, 48 minutes and it's sold out. You guys all loved it. So, which you always do. We're going to pull that one in a second. But before I do that, just want to go over a couple of things. So I've put some new fabrics on the website. There's a new one called Marble Studio, which you need to have a little look at. It's stunning. And also the quilt retreat. So we mentioned last week that we had such a lot of people wanting to come, but we were sold out. They were looking at new dates. So we've definitely got those dates confirmed. If you have put your name down as interested, we are now taking deposits. Okay, so it's November the 27th to the 29th, which is the Monday to the Wednesday. And it's £100 to hold your deposit. Okay, it's 425 for a single room, 385 for if you're going to share, if you're a twin room. Okay, it is filling up quickly. All right, I think we've only got like 4 spaces left. So any of those who said you were interested, we need you to pay your deposit now, basically, because we have to pay the hotel. And if you do want to join us, we have got a few spaces left, so give us a shout real quick. Okay, so I think that's everything, all the news. Let's do the raffle. So before we get sewing, so I'm going to come over to here. So this was what's your favourite colours. As always, it was £3 to go. It's £180 prize. So you've got 5 metres of fabric of your choice. You've got a metre of wadding. There's a jelly roll. There's a charm pack. There's fat quarter bundles. There's a panel. There's patterns. There's all sorts. Absolutely lovely bundle. You guys know that we put a beautiful bundle together for you. So it was colours. What were your favourite colours? And as I said, it sold out really quickly. So I'm going to scratch away at the panel. I have to excuse the lovely scratches on my arm. I got puppied. There was a puppy outside the shop and she was all bouncy and I was like, got me. Right, so let's scratch away. Let's see who has won. Oh, I'm going to tease you and go at both ends. Right, where is it? Is there even one under there? Where is it? Oh, there we go. It's got an E on the end. And it is beige. Beige. That's Irene East. There we go. So you can see there it says beige, and beige is Irene Eastwood. So congratulations, Irene. Well done. We will be in touch, and we will. You need to have a look on the website or come in the shop and choose your no, because you're up in Scotlandy way, I think, aren't you, Irene? So you'll need to look at the website and choose your fabrics, but we will be in touch. So congratulations, Irene, on that one. And we will do more raffles. You know we will. You guys love them. So what we're going to do today, I'm starting to think about Easter. And we're going to make one of these, okay? So this is a little Easter egg holder. I thought this would be really, really sweet if you were having people over for Easter dinner and you know, like for lunch or something, you're doing a Sunday lunch, you could put these on the table and decorate with some little Easter eggs. If you're going to do an Easter egg hunt, you could hide these like around the house or in the garden, you know, and you could, they don't have to be these little Cadbury's caramel eggs, why not? Yum, yum, yum. But you could put little bags of sweets, or if you can't, you know, if maybe you've got a child who can't have chocolate or something, you could put little treats or something in them. I just thought they were really, really pretty little things, which you can get 4 little eggs in. I mean, I'm not a Cadbury's cream egg girl. Hate them. Blech, vile things. But I do quite like a Galaxy caramel. So I'm not going to do my diet very much good, is it, all those lot? So we're going to have a little go at these today. Use very little fabric, so you could make a few of them. You could adapt them as well. I will put a link to, I found the pattern on Pinterest. It was a free pattern on Pinterest. I will put a link up to them, so you could maybe, I just thought they were quite cute. And a nice way, you know, if you're not giving chocolate, if you're giving a little gift, you know, you could add something in there. You know, you could put a bit of tissue paper in there and actually do them as a, you know, a birthday present, almost like a gift bag or something. But they do hold, I reckon you might even get 2 in each. Can we get 2 in each? Oh, you could, look, you could hide some eggs. But if you've got little ones that you want to do an Easter egg hunt with, like I might make some to use with Jonah, little man, you know, if you want to make it a little bit more obvious but still pretty for them, this is a nice little idea. So let's get that out of the way. What you're going to need is 2 squares of fabric. Now, the pattern said 11 inches, but you could easily do this out of layer cake squares, make them 10 inches. And you know, I mean, I cut this out of scrap, not out of scraps, out of fat quarters. So this is part of the new Jolie range. I went Jolie range, which I'm just putting on the website now. Actually, it's new in. I just thought it was really bright and lovely and modern, sort of, you know, florals, which were really funky. I don't know, this one is yellow submarine-y type vibes for me, it really is. But you could easily do this with leftover layer cake squares. It would work with 10 inches, absolutely, rather than 11. They'd just be very slightly smaller, but you've got a lot of play in it, so don't worry about that. Cut 2 squares, 11 inches, and I've got a piece of fusible into a fusible fleece, which is the H640 stuff, which is fusible one side, and that is cut to 10 3/8. Okay, so you want it a little bit smaller than your fabric. If you're using 10-inch squares, cut it to 9 3/8 square. Okay, so first thing you do is we're going to fuse this onto one of the squares. So I'm going to flip that over, and I want to line it up so I've got about the same amount of space all the way around, like that. Okay. Hi Jane, a bit late today. Husband's off this week, so lost track of time. I know, my husband's off this week as well. It's like, what's he doing home? Because he works away during the week, as you guys know, works away during the week. So it's like, what are you doing home? So I've lined it all up, and then I've got the fusible, which is the bobbly side, the glue, against the fabric. Okay, and then we're going to flip that over, because I'm going to fuse it this way. Okay, it works better than going through the fleece, trying to go through the fleece, because you want to get the heat to the glue. So hi Carol. Hi Carol. Oh, don't worry about being late, darling. What's that? You've been gardening. These look good. Yeah, they're really quick, really quick to make as well, and really cute. I thought they'd be sweet, you know, and not just for Easter. You could put these, you know, like you could do Christmas ones for like Christmas favours or something, or, you know, add make little gift bags to go in there. So I actually think they'd be quite nice for the craft room as well. You know, I can put binding clips in one and reels of thread and stuff as well in them. So just fusing this down, just moving that iron around just to get that glue activated and get it all nice and adhered to the fabric. There we go, like that. What gardening have you been doing, Carol? Anything interesting? I am not a gardener. I wish I was, but I'm really not. I'm deadly with plants. Josh is pretty good though. But he's like a wildflower garden, so my garden never looks like immaculate and anything. It always looks a bit crazy and full of colour. So we're going to put these right sides together. So I've adhered that fleece to the outer fabric, and then we're going to put it right sides together with the other square, like that. There we go. And then pin this together. So, hi Carolyn. Just put Ollie down for his nap. He's been non-stop all morning. Nana could do with a nap. Oh, tell me about it. We had little man Friday and Saturday because Rory took Cara to London to see Matilda. It was her 30th back in December and it was one of her birthday presents. So we had little man for like 40 hours. I was knackered. It was absolutely, I mean, he was as good as gold. He was as bright as a button. Absolute little sweetheart. But they're exhausting, aren't they, at that age? He's just on the go constantly. We took him to IKEA. He loved it. I was a bit like, this is a bit brave taking him to IKEA, but actually he was fine. He was fine. So just pin that all down. I've pinned it through just to hold it all together. And what we're going to do is we're going to stitch all the way round with edge of foot, so about 3/8 of an inch all the way round. But you want to leave a gap on one side, okay? And you know how I always forget to do that. So I'm just going to put a little mark on the just there. So when I get this, I'm going to start here and I want to leave about a 2.5 inch gap. So over we go to the machine. So hopefully we're over here. And hopefully it's all working. Ooh, ow. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start a bit away from that gap. I don't want to be too close to the corner. And I'm using the edge of the fabric, not the edge of the fleece. Okay, and it should be it should be sort of sitting just along the edge of the fleece, approximately. Okay, so I'm going to just lock my stitch to start with. Down we go. Stitch all the way around using just edge of foot. Go. So Sara and I were very busy in the shop yesterday. The shop wasn't open, but where Phil came over and did some work in the shop for us. We've been moving some stuff around and putting some things up on the walls and stuff. And Sara and I were prepping all the Tuff It class bits. So we've got 20 lovely ladies joining us on Saturday to do a Tuff It class. All the way down, nearly there, this side. So how are you all? Is everybody okay? Anybody do anything exciting this weekend? What did you all do for Mother's Day? Did anybody celebrate Mother's Day? Anybody do anything nice? Right, so I'm coming down to the side where I've got the gap. So I just want to make sure that I stop by the gap. There we go. And give myself a turning bit. There we go, and lock that off. I'm very excited about having my dining room back and getting rid of all of this stuff out of here and having it all in the other room. And we found, like, Drew's been sorting, like, out special brackets to go on the wall so the cameras can be mounted and all sorts. He's quite excited about it. It's created me a whole studio. What you want to do then is just clip those corners, so get rid of that excess on the corners, like that, all the way around there. And Sir Jane's little trick, where we're just going to find the turning gap and just give it a press now before we turn it. So just open that back out and just press that in line with the seam, because that really does help keep it nice and neat. So I'm just going to press that back. I don't know if it's her, she came up with the trick, but she was the one who showed me. So here we go. Press that first of all, like that. Just gives you a little bit of a helping hand of keeping it nice and neat later. Got it. So anybody got anything to tell me? Anybody there? Right, I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments as well. So what we're going to do now is turn it all through. So push it all the way through, so you've got to bear with me just a second. We pull all this through. Push all that through, like that. Oh, nearly there. There we go. And then I want to... Oh, where my turner's gone. Hang on, grab me big chunky old knitting needle. I want to push out those corners now. So, like that. And just make sure those corners are nice and neat. Push that fabric out without pushing all the way through. There we go. and done. Now I want to give this a quick press, and then you're just going to top stitch all the way around. And at the moment it just looks like a bit of a fancy placemat, doesn't it? But we're going to do a little bit of folding and stitching. It's only a couple little bit more stitching and it's done. It's really clever. I really liked these. I thought it was a very clever idea. So give it a quick press like that. I suppose you could do a bit of extra quilting if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. I've got no idea whether the comments are actually working, my lovelies. They seem to have been frozen for quite a while. I think they might be frozen. So I'm just going to keep going. If you are trying to ask me a question, I'm really sorry. So we're going to just top stitch all the way around about 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. Okay. And that will actually close up that gap as well then. So, which is nice. You haven't even got to do any hand sewing. So, all the way down. You can whiz through here, a bit of speedy sewing. Get to that end there. Oh, the camera's moved, hasn't it? Sorry, guys. This is not going to happen soon, you see. Oh, I don't know if this is going to hold. Sorry. We've got all new bits coming. It's going to be so cool. And I'm going to be able to plug in directly into the router as well, which means hopefully we won't have any more Wi-Fi issues. You know, so, oh yeah, see this is moving terribly. I'm really sorry. I don't know why it's happening today. You went to your youngest niece for lunch Mother's Day. Oh, lovely. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. The camera is... No, it's not going to stay put today. I don't know what's happening. Right, I'm going to have to hold it and then sew with one hand. There we go. All the way down there. Nearly round. I'm hoping I'm holding it in the right place because I'm trying to sew one-handed and hold the camera with the other. Oh, that sounds lovely though, Anne, going to your niece's for lunch. That sounds lush. And Cheryl, you're finishing knitting a shawl for myself, just doing a cable edge cast off. Now I'm nearly done. Ooh, I don't think I've ever done a cable edge cast off. I don't know why this camera is suddenly deciding not to. Oh, sorry guys, it's really rubbish today. Here we go. I'm trying to get it to hold, but we'll come over here. It's a good position. Well done. Oh, that was more luck than judgment. Believe you me, Anne. That was more luck than judgment. Right. So let's just get rid of those ends. Now, like I said, just got a little very basic placemat at this point, haven't you? Nothing much to it. Decide which side you want to be the outside and which bit you're going to see. So what I mean by that, this is actually the inside and this is the outside, okay? So I want this to be like on the inside of those flower petal things. So I'm going to fold this in half like that, okay? And I just want to iron this bit here, the fold here, okay? Just on the edge to give myself a mark, okay? So I'm going to fold it like that to give it a crease. So when I open it up, I can see it. You could measure it if you want to, but I'm too lazy to measure. And then I've got a pin in it, okay? Now I'm going to fold it the other way like that and make sure that I'm pinning the very center there. So you're basically finding the center of one edge and putting a pin down. You then want to mark down a little line which is 5/8 of an inch, just over half an inch. Half an inch wasn't quite long enough, but 3/4, yeah, 5/8, about 5/8 of an inch like that, okay, on that center point. And I'm going to stitch that line. So I'm going to stitch from here off the edge and back again. You want to sort of reinforce it. So I'll pin there like that. I'm going to use a couple more pins actually because you don't want this to move. So we're going to stitch just that little line there, all right? Back over here. So Kate, you had a nice meal with your eldest son and the grandchildren. Ah, lovely. That's fab, hun. Yeah, I got to see all my boys. They were all here. And my little man too. It was a very nice day. There we go. So lock that stitch off. I'm going to come right to the edge of the hem like that, and then I'm going to go back again on myself and just stop where I started there and lock it off. Phil did an amazing roast, which was really nice. Did me smoked salmon and cream cheese bagels at lunchtime. I was very spoiled. There we go. My house looks like a florist as well. So I've just stitched down that little line there, right? What we want to do now is fold, like open this out. Where these bits here are, sort of the fold bits, want to come up to join that. So that point there, hold on to it and bring it up. There we go, like that, to this bit you've just sewn there, okay? I'll do it again on the other side. So I'm going to put a pin there, like that. And then I want to bring the fold here, so that point there, that centre point, up to the centre, just there, okay? Push all this down out of the way, like that. So I've got like this little folded bit now, so that's where we were originally sewing, and I've brought the other two corners up from the centre right up to meet, like that. Are you all okay with that? Does that make sense? Your great granddaughter today arriving from Italy. Some more family gatherings. Oh, that sounds amazing, Han. Lovely. And then we're going to do exactly the same. So right at that centre point, so you can see where these are here. So at that very centre point, we're going to stitch down 5/8 of an inch. So we just line up the ruler with the edge, the centre, mark it down again like that. And I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to stitch from here out, okay? And back again to really reinforce it. So over we go. And I'm going to start on the inside like that. You're basically, I don't know if you can see, but you're basically stitching like between those two there. So like that. And down we go to almost to the edge, and then back on itself. I mean, these really are super quick. You could make these for the kids, because if you don't have to buy Easter eggs, you could put like Haribo sweets or something in them. Okay, so pull that one out. So I've done that little bit of stitching. There we go. And then when we take the pins out, you've got something that looks like this. Got this big cross bit. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to snip those threads. Make sure it's all out of the way. And then it's literally a case of squishing it. So I'm going to put my fingers in it and squish it down, okay, to make the base a square again. And flip out the little bunny ears, like that. There you go. And it's done. So you can see you've got like a square base now, because I've sort of wiggled it. And then now you've got these lovely little pockets that you can add your Easter eggs into. There we go, like that. And put your little Cadbury's cream eggs. You could put a little bit of tissue paper in there if you wanted to, but I actually quite like the fact they're kind of nestled in there, like that. And there we go, it's done. It really is very, very simple. It goes from a square to that very quickly without realising it. You can bring them right down. They'd be quite cute, I suppose, on the table as well. You could roll napkins and sit in there, and then put your salt and pepper pot in another one, and then, do you know what I mean? You could play around with these and use them for all sorts of uses, because you've got quite a decent size little gap in there. You can see a reel of thread and stuff. You can put a reel of thread in there. I could put all my binding clips in all in another one, keep it all safe. But just really cute, easy, very, very quick to make. I better take one of these back over to the shop, hadn't I, for Sarah? Very, very quick to do. Really nice and simple. Great for using up some scraps and stuff if you've got some little bits of scraps and all there. I think you could probably get away with 10 by probably 9 by 9 even. But 10 by 10 easily. You don't have to do them 11 by 11, but they are really sweet. Aren't they cute? Just a nice, easy, quick little make. And you can stash some chocolate in there. Also, just like pull them all up as well, like that. Oh yeah, you could pull them all up, couldn't you, like that, so they're like flower petals. When you shove them right the way down in there, nobody necessarily knows there's anything in there. You can hide your chocolates. Nobody can eat your chocolate eggs then. So anyway, that's it for me today, my darlings. Real quickie one, but we've got plenty of time because Easter's going to be here before we know it. We've got plenty of time to have a little go at those if you want. I'll be back tomorrow with block of the week. I've got a new block for you. And then Sarah will be here on Thursday. We've got a full week of 1 o'clocks this week, which is nice. And yeah, that's about it, my darlings. Hopefully you all had a lovely Mothering Sunday or celebrated in some way with, you know, however you choose to celebrate. And we will see you. I will see you all tomorrow. Irene, I'll be in touch with the raffle, darling. Bye. Oh, don't forget the retreats. If you want to come, get ringing. Or if you've put your places interested, you really do need to pay your deposit now, guys, okay? Because it's nearly full. So give us a shout. So take care. Bye. Bye.